Hello and welcome to Vexco Games. It's Kovex here, and today I'm taking a look at the Urban Trials Freestyle. Now, I'm really stuffy because, of course, I caught the fucking flu, and I was in a car accident, so good week for me. So I just wanted to put this out there mainly because this game, to me, it was supposed to be like the Trials that was for the Xbox 360. That's what I was expecting it to be. I purchased this game, and I have to say I was let down a lot. The reviews on it seemed mediocre after a while, but one of the first reviews that I seen on a certain website, I'm not going to name, said it was really fun game, and this and that, blah, blah, blah. I have to say this game's lacking a lot. Customizations, you only get a certain few to look or to actually go through. As you can see right here, I just end up picking all the motorcycle sport gear and calling it good. Customization on tracks, there is none. I don't believe there's any multiplayer that I've seen. I just seen that you can play the game as single player. You have challenges, you have customizations, and then you have your settings. And I was really let down by that. I thought that maybe you'll be able to sit there, track editor, or do all this stuff just like Trials, and you just can't. So really bummer. I don't know if it's really worth the amount that they're asking for. I think it's like $15 unless you're a membership, or the PlayStation Network membership, and then it's $12. I think this should be probably like an $8-9 game, mainly with the fact that once you blow through the entire campaign, that's it. You can't go online and check out people's home made courses or do anything like that. It's really a bummer. Customization on the motorcycle, as you can see here, you have one bike that you customize to anything. Yeah, that's it. So as you can see, changing the chassis will change, the max speed, the acceleration, the handling. The engine size will change that also, and the tires will change it. And I'm just expecting so much more out of games nowadays, especially if they're going to use like the Trials motorcycle theme going on and not deliver to it. Now, the gameplay, it looks like a Trials, right? You're just on this rail track, you go through these obstacles, you're good to go. But one thing you're not going to understand unless you played the original Trials is the fact that when you're playing this game, the controls are not as good as I was hoping them to be. So when you're going full speed, you ride a wheelie. You could just hold back and ride a wheelie at any time that you want. I actually loop out here for a while just because I wanted to see if I can ride a wheelie throughout most of the track. Which I believe if you actually get good enough at the controls, riding a wheelie throughout the entire track is possible. The one thing that does suck is if you've played Trials and you're used to hitting the brakes and holding it and then going backwards, like right here, I'm supposed to go backwards. Well, what happens is you have to actually tap it a couple times just for you to actually start going backwards. So once you put the brakes on, you just stop. There's no going in reverse, there's no nothing like that unless you hit it again. Tricks, they actually do tricks periodically, but I think it just depends on what level you're on and what section of the map you're actually going through. And I thought that was kind of lame. It looked like you were going to be able to hit a button and do a trick. When I watched the video reviews, no one actually went over and said that the tricks are just automatic. You just go through them and they just do it on their own. And I was kind of let down by that. I was like, oh, that'd be cool to do, like a Superman seat grab while you're doing a backflip or something, to actually do tricks. But you can't. Every once in a while you can. The tracks aren't very creative. At first when you go through them, you're like, oh, this is cool, whatever, I'm going through this. But then later on when you're playing the harder difficulties, you'll notice that the tracks are the exact same. It's just they have different things going on with them, where you're facing a shadow of the person who completed it the fastest, or you're trying to do it in a different amount of time. You're trying to score the most points for doing tricks and so on and so forth, but the tracks are the same. And I don't know about you, I expect them to sit there and make every track a little bit different than the same exact one over and over. The difficulty on the tracks, they're not hard. You can fly through them. They don't keep track of how many bales you have. They keep track of other stuff. So your points, how fast you went through it, and whether you grab money bags that are hidden out. Now, I do have to give them props on, as you can see, the cops were trying to chase me and throw stuff in front of me. I think that's really cool. The fact that they put it so NPCs are in the game and they're like interacting with you in the backgrounds and stuff, I think that's a nice twist to this game, but I don't think it saves it from what it is really lacking with the controls, the lack of multiplayer and so on. So anyways guys, I'm just gonna call it just a little bit short here on this video. I just wanted to get it out because I wanted to warn the people who haven't bought the game, who are looking at it and have played Trials, that when you do get into this game, you just can't expect it to handle or play anything like Trials on the Xbox or what's coming out for the PC. I would suggest just to hold off on this and wait. If you have a PC that can play Trials Evolution when it actually comes out on the PC, I would recommend that over this any day of the week. If you do have an Xbox, just go get the original Trials HD or the Trials Evolution on the Xbox and call it good. So anyways guys, letdown of the week is this game right here, and I will hopefully feel better and talk to you guys later. Like, subscribe, and see you guys.